Ladies and gentlemen, traders, welcome back to another Relentless recap. So, as you guys are tuning in, don't forget if you do watch throughout the video and you enjoyed the video, to hit that thumbs up. Today, we're going to be talking about a slow market day, things you can do, things you can look out for, and how to approach it to try and get that good result, a winning result, a disciplined result. And we're going to start off with the scans. Guys, when we get into the market, a lot of how we find stocks to trade will come from a scanner, one or another. The one I happen to use is Momo Pro, right? Momo Pro, links down below if you guys want to check it out. Anyhows, I came in, I clicked on here, and I'm trying to filter for stocks that are, moving up with a good percentage on the day, reasonable volume, limited supply, things like that. And when I tell you guys, there just wasn't much going on. In fact, look at what we're having even up to now. WETG up 3% as one of the top stocks that we have here today. This is absolutely reprehensible. And so when we see this kind of thing, how do we want to approach the day? The first thing that is good and that I do, I tell myself, hey, Relentless, you got to slow down immediately. This might be a day that you might want to approach so with even more caution than usual. Because on good days, days where we see a lot of opportunities that are close together and frequent, there's usually a few stocks well up above 50% that are, trickling down, and they all are suiting the criteria. Good percentage gain, good amount of volume, which will lead to liquidity, good liquidity, and of course, limited supply, right? The shares outstanding, the float isn't super high. So, when we see that, we can potentially get an imbalance to the buyer sell side, which leads to opportunities. So, being that the opportunities today were so limited, I immediately said, hey, you know what? I need to slow it down going into the open and be even more cautious than usual. And so I reduced my size a little bit, and I was very attentive and careful the open to wait for something to look good. And so that's exactly what I did. There are people who will, once they see the scan looking this soft, shut it down immediately. They'll say, hey, you know what? Nope, that's it. I'm out of here. And I do not blame them, because on days like today, the opportunities are few and far apart. So that's the first thing you could do on arrival. If you decide to stay and go through the day, things to look out for, right? You got to be patient once again, and you have to remind yourself what it is that you look for in a stock on a good hot day, a normal day, a day where we are seeing activity and momentum and opportunity, right? So we traded a couple of stocks, right? We're red on a few of them, small red, and we are slightly green on a few others. So we have JXJT and OCTO, where that were green, as well as GGE, and we are small red on WETG and DCTH. Now, DCTH was continuation. This one yesterday made a move, but today, I attempted here. Let's put up the show trades just to show you guys exactly where we tried to buy. Can we refresh? Okay, yeah, there it is. So I attempted here a continuation for a new high, but being a little too aggressive, right? And for break of 6, it didn't quite go. I stopped out quickly. Small loss, and especially on these type of days, we want to be very quick to cut it if it's not going. On days where it's hot, and the stocks are just going, sometimes we give them a chance, and we're slightly red on realize, and then it goes. On days like today where that weakness is there, another tip, we want to just be cutting it very quickly, right? So that's what we did. GGE, this one here happened to had gotten halted up at one point, and I'm like, okay, this is a high volume area usually on the resumption, and so I started to watch, and we resumed higher. It pulls back for a little, and then it rips up, and that provided an opportunity. And so this is an opportunity that I would usually look for in any hot market day. So again, finding the needle in the haystack, as they would say, right? That popular phrase. Doing what is necessary here to ensure success, which is me being patient for exactly what I love to see in an S quality S class, right? The S class setup. So that was good. And then, WETG, we lost on this one. It was a little disappointing. It was also a stock that gotten halted up a little earlier, but I did miss the initial move. Now, I'm on a huge rant. At this point, my day's finished. I'm green $400, and I saw this thing getting called out. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna check it out. And volume, if we look right here, was ripping into the stock. Volume going higher, candlesticks going higher. This thing was making a huge move, and so, in fact, did we trade it earlier? Did we? Oh no, we did. Oh no, 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 never mind. We traded. So we had the resumption. I got caught in the backside trying to buy the dip down here. The dip did not hold up down here, so we ended up selling a little lower, right? Now, anyhow, it's moving forward. Some scratch trades there. So into this move up top, right? As we pull it, as we zoom in, this thing starts to rip, right? It starts to rip. We had a high point of 1181, and let's see. It looks like I missed the high of day trade, but it rips up all the way to 1345, man. So sometimes you do get chopped out and you do end up missing the trades. Now it pulls back and the pullback doesn't really curl up. So we're down here and we get as high as 1287, but we don't quite get the move back to 1340. And from there, we failed, right? The stock did not get the new high. We kind of double topped and came back down. So, in this case, you're still attempting the good trades you know and love, but you're being very careful to make sure that you cut the losses quickly in the event that we come down hard and fast, right? So, it's also good to be very disciplined on these days, right? Again, discipline is always the phrase that we'll mention. Discipline, discipline, discipline. In this case, we were buying, let's see, so we had a high point of 53 and then at 60. So as we pulled back into the VWAP area, you guys know I love the VWAP bounce. This one right here is straight from the classes. I'm long and I'm trying to sell higher, and we do sell higher. We get some nice trades. Right here, I did mention I didn't love this area, but I gave it a shot. Ended up only making 2 cents and stopping out. We weren't quite getting the bounce. There was a big seller. So still focusing on the patterns that I know and love, right? Which is the VWAP pullback right here. The stock drops down into the level. Are we looking good? If we are, I'm going to try and buy and try and get the move back up. So guys, on a slow market day, when day trading, these are a couple of things that you can look for, right? First, you have to, recognize what's happening, accept it, and make a decision whether you want to leave or continue. If you continue forward, continue with extreme caution. Patience is the biggest thing. Wait for the opportunities that you really know and love. And really and truly, we should be doing this on every day. Sometimes we get away with it on a hot day because the opportunities are so frequent and close together. You make a mistake here, you're slightly red, but because so many good opportunities come, boom, you're back in, you get nicely green. There's just a good imbalance to our strategy on those days. But we should still try to be as disciplined as possible regardless, okay? So those are some tips that you guys can try and implement. For me, I'm just glad to be green on a day like this, even though it's just $300. $300, my mentally after elevating a little bit more, getting used to the days of like 2000, $300 does not seem like a lot for me, but I'm still grateful for it. When we bring it back to the real world, I can still go get gas. I can still, be able to get lunch and do these type of things. Let's just say I have to take out the money today. We account for some taxes there, yeah, but there's still some things you can do with $300. The inflation isn't that bad these days to where we can't, utilize $300. So, I'll take it any time of the day, any day of the week, any month of the year, and I'll always be grateful. So, hit that thumbs up if you did enjoy this quick recap of us just going over some of the trades today, some of the patterns, and again, some tips and tricks you guys can utilize towards a slow market day. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow at 9:15 a.m. bright and early for another beautiful day in the markets. It's always a beautiful day if we can be disciplined, but hopefully we see a better scan and some better opportunities. All right, guys, catch you later.